Hello there, boy, it's hot today from Southern California. It's 90 degrees, another hot day. I'm in my backyard anyway. I want to share some information or experience regarding Democratic presidential candidates, Andrew Yang, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Tulsi. The reason is that I do like their policies. I'm a technical guy, and like Andrew Yang, we need to understand the causes of why things are happening, why the system is only work for minority of the population, like the top 5% or whatnot. So basically, I mean that the income inequality and the climate and the corporation control of our politics and the government, and they're bought politicians and all of those. There's a lot of details that a lot of things that we need to fix. But I do like Andrew Yang because of his universal basic income proposal that he used the term supercharge the economy, especially as we know it, the automation is the big threat more than immigration, which Trump wants to manipulate or lead us to believe. Although immigration has its own merit in terms of why we're getting immigrants coming in due to their countries, difficulties and issues with unemployment, safety, and corruption that drive people over here. So that's the reason that it requires regional corporations to cooperate instead of Trump's or what we've been doing regime changes to actually serve our corporate interests, that we can go in and take their resources. That's my belief, and you can do research in terms of regime changes throughout the world. Anyway, so I want you folks to if you're not registered as Democrat yet, please do. I think this is very crucial election that we need to make sure, and you can see by Trump's tweet and news about Trump, most of the stuff he's doing is really damaging and is not really coherent or reasonable. So you can say, whatever he said is really divisive. As head of the state, we want to unite it, the people, not divide it. So, and the reason he's doing that, so he can basically send the message that favor certain groups over other groups. And, we can go into that arena, that space. But I think America need to really change course. And I think the candidates that I mentioned about, Andrew Yang, Bernie Sanders, I believe is the answer in terms of universal health care that many countries have already, and because of drug and healthcare company influence over politicians, that they're gonna say basically you're gonna bankrupt the system, you're gonna increase taxes, all of that, which is not true. I mean, it might cost money, but we can actually manage our budget better in terms of right now we spend over I think 50-60% on defense, which is not needed. We're not getting benefits from our should I say defense policy right now. Only benefit defense industries, and we can at the same time we are cutting education, social services. We skip infrastructure. Our infrastructure is really old. If you look at China, for example, even though we can blame China for a lot of problems, but what they're doing the right is to actually expanding or enhancing their infrastructure, their transit system, like subway. Beijing subway is the second largest in the world and still expanding. China actually building a subway system underneath to go to their Great Walls to actually help with tourism and basically it would be much cheaper than taking taxi or hire a driver, right? So and they know this will drive millions of people to the Great Wall instead of taking buses, which is a lot of connection. And at the same time, they're expanding their high-speed train system that can go to 350 kilometers per hour. So that's what China are doing well, to actually to help the people to live better. And let's say I'm in Southern California, and traffic is a mess, and we're not building anymore, as far as I know. No big plan to actually expanding subway system. So what China is doing with Beijing is that they have the loop system that go out further out. Beijing is very big areas. So we need to do something similar. Like close to Los Angeles, and if we can build high-speed train from here to, let's say, San Diego, about 100 miles, that would take half an hour. That would change dramatically change the way people commute and live. You can be living in San Diego, or if they expand towards San Bernardino and things like that, with high-speed train, it only take like half an hour or less. Imagine that would do to the to help people commuting and working and living. Instead of congestion in the city, they can live in San Diego, or vice versa. So people have more choices to work, and it's only take like half an hour. Very back and forth an hour, for example, right? So and definitely universal healthcare, we need it badly, because the escalating costs that mostly go to middlemen. The big, the healthcare. I don't know what, some people like their insurance. I understand, but I work for the state of California. You know how much, even though we're lucky because we have pretty good benefit, but state actually subsidizing over $1,000 every month just for me. Pay to the middleman. Whatever Kaiser Permanente, Blue Cross Blue Shield, or PPO. I think that they're just basically cutting the profit. At the same time, they're controlling what to provide or not to provide to members. And like most people know, as you get older, you need more medical care, especially if you have if your family member has some sort of pre-existing conditions or illness that require regular treatment or consultations. That is very difficult, because like Bernie said, that can bankrupt that can change your financial outlook, and just a lot of liability. Without universal health care that we can make better, and we all have to participate in this. We need everybody to let back behind these proposals to actually going forward in the right directions. So the benefits will, not only the state going to be saving money, but companies will be saving money on healthcare, which is, I hope that they will sign on this. Apparent, and the new Medicare system or Medicare for All system have to be monitored and maintained by people to make it work for us. It's not like you can say, oh, government is not the place to be, but many countries do it, and with the backup of the people and people monitoring and forcing. If there's a problem, we need to be able to give feedback and force the government. Let's say, if the head of national healthcare is not doing the right thing, we should be able to kick him out, basically, or kick her out, basically. So make it very competitive, and we need to increase their salary and make sure that we have the right people running these programs, and they are transparent to people. So we have to, in a way, run it officially, but it's not running for profit. It's actually, like Andrew Yang said, it's not the GDP or the money that we're driven. Actually, we have to measure the new GDP with how healthy the population are, and what the infrastructure, the climate, how clean the water is, how clean the air is, and people are not stressful. They don't have a mental problem that drive them to take opiums, or opiatic drug that actually kill a lot of people. Actually, the drug problem is actually killing more people than I heard that automobile accidents. You can look it up. So anyway, and definitely education front. I want to expand education. That we need to build, maybe not just college vocational, which is important, vocational schools. I think we need to focus more on that, because so people can have more choices. They can be working in their community at home, and the benefit or the money will be circulated in their community, like like plumbing, electrician, solar panel installations, AC, these AC heater, even handyman or contractor, gardeners, organic gardening, all of that stuff, very important to for local community. So we need to invest in education in such a way that it actually provide training for entrepreneurs, small business owners, so it will help to make sure they are successful. Okay, so it's not just producing college graduates, but also use these community colleges or training center as the resource to retrain people, especially as automation is a big thing, and with food industry, retail, even truck drivers we're gonna have driverless trucks that using technology, or even taxi. So a lot of people are going to be losing job before they know it, and what they're going to do. So actually Andrew Yang's universal basic income is the answer to actually prevent them from falling and create all kind of problem in the society, right? That where the some people like Trump can take, or the rich can take should I say advantage of, to control the populations by depressing the people. So the people have no power to counterback. People has no leverage. So we need to change the course of this country, and I really encourage you to research on your own. Okay, you need to know why things are happening accurately. You need right information, not mainstream media propagandas. Do your own research, get the math, get the data from different sources, even the government sources, and I know it's a lot of work, but I think instead of spending time and money on just watching TV, we should be more right now. It's very crucial that Americans are focusing, at least with these candidates. We give you a roadmap, and they will represent us. And people have to back them up. They need to have people behind them to force or to make these new policy changes, because corporations will be pouring money. The healthcare, the drug company, the defense industry, the fossil fuel industry will continue to pour money. And we also need to reform what do you call a lobby that actually bought politicians. That's to me like briberies in the big way. So we need to reform or get rid of lobby, the corrupted lobby that they had been controlling the policies or write the policies for big corporations. So anyway, long story short, peaceful. If you're not registered a Democrat, please do so. I mean, you can be green or you can be Republican. This policy will be serving all of us, regardless of what political party you belong to. So I'm for the principle. I'm not really, I mean, to me, I base my judgment on individual, mainly, not political party, because political party, like you see with Republican, which is very damaging right now. Whatever they do behind Trump, supporting Trump. I hope that more Republicans will actually speak up. I'm sure some of them do, which is I really appreciate. So we need to look forward, not doing the same thing, which is basically a slipping slope to actually widen the gap of the people between the have and the have not. So anyway, that for future of our children and the climate, actually, the all of the major storms and the highest temperature record that we have, it definitely the melting of ice sheets on the Arctic. You do research and you can see the association relationship between these extreme weather all over the world. So and that can wipe out mankind for million years, for the next million years. I mean, meaning they're gonna wipe us out, and it would take million years to actually normalize again, but we'll be gone, and we don't want that to happen to our children. And Europeans are very smart on, I've been watching this girl, I think she's like 15 years old, that very passionate about, she even spoke to UN, I think, about climate, because this is the world that we are sharing, and we cannot let the money, religion, or corporation, they're like money addict, that they don't know, they just want more money. If you do everything for money, it's really bad. You're gonna turn everything into hell, or resources, or depletion of resources, and you're so addicted to money and power. It's really bad for all of us. So I want to focus on more like benefits to the people, to the environment, and we all should share the same value, and reward individuals that are doing that. I'm into like high pay for good government officials that run our country, and then but we need to take away a lot of corporation influence from mainstream media and politics. So those are pretty obvious problems that we have, and we need to actually exert or increase our people power by electing the right candidates, and we need you all to work on this, and share your comments. What you think we need, the country need, and how we're gonna go about it. But without people actions, or our approach, is not gonna happen. The corporation is not gonna change it. They enjoy the money so much, they're not gonna change. They're just addicted like drug. So until the people get rid of them, then this will be a better place. So I hope Andrew Yang, Bernie, and Tulsi, Elizabeth Warren, that there are a few other candidates, the good one, and some of them talk like, I don't know, they talk like, I would say, I'm not bashing Republican, but they talk like, corporation or Republican talking points. So they don't want you to do universal health care, the equation where you get the money, but the way, I think we miss, definitely Trump mismanaging the budget, giving the defense industry that we don't need to spend more money than education, in which education will be used to actually stimulate economy and create jobs and create new entrepreneurs. And at the same time, we need to enforce antitrust and break up big banks. Big corporations like Amazon or Google is getting too big. It control the media, the free flow of information in such a way that and you heard that Google actually with their algorithm actually should I say put Tulsi Gabbard's videos or her links down, so people are not seeing Tulsi's like on the top page or whatever. So she's suing Google right now. So it's kind of intertwined with the private and public interest with this. So I would hope to see that we have a public Google, meaning it will be more independent, right? So definitely is something with technology we can build that. We just need more storage. We can use cloud computing. That would be like some sort of a public independent Google search, right? So anyway, and the important thing is that we need to change the management of our country. With the new administration, it's all about mismanaging. Like a lot of company corrupted or bankrupt because of, it's not the employee at fault. It is the management team or shareholders that a few people making bad decision to benefit themselves, or just make bad decision and bankrupt the whole company because of their greed and their short-sighted, and they're not getting input from the staff in order to actually drive the company. Same with the country. So we need to change the management team, which is the White House up front, and at the same time make sure good policy spread out to states, and that will be a better place, and we need to change it. I mean, today we all have to be involving with this. You know, you cannot be complacent anymore. Okay, that's my take, and I hope to see you folks. Although you have any comment or to start discussing discussion of these issues, please comment down below. I know is everybody most people have different opinion, and it's good that we all talking in honest term, frankly, and not just smearing each other like you're socialist, you whatever, you white supremacist, which is not helping. We have this problem. How are we going to solve it? Smearing is, to me, is not very intelligent. Like, come on, what is your point? Instead of I'm a socialist, you're a right winger. On both sides, it just makes sense. So anyway, hope you folks like my video, and we'll talk soon. Thank you very much. Love and peace.